So that is how I was feeling at that time. I'm okay. I'm meeting this guy. I feel my heart is at peace. We've been having very good vibes. So we went to the park. We sat with we actually, when we were going, hello, Karaoke family. How are you doing? Welcome again to Karaoke Moments videos. And today we will be discussing it's a continuation from our past one, on how I met my husband face to face now. Because from the previous one, we discussed about how I met with my husband virtually. We discussed virtually online. And so today it's a continuation, and we'll be discussing on how I met my husband face to face. The first time I set my eyes on my husband face to face. So welcome again. As we say, these videos are basically just to encourage us and to give us life conversations. As you know, in Karaoke Moments, our tagline is life is a journey, walk in it. And today, this setup, as you're seeing, in a park, and it is very commemorative. You'll understand if you watch this video to the end why we are in this moment of like, it is a park, kind of a park. Yeah, I'm sitting down. I have an imaginary guest here. There are some snacks, and on this other side, I have some other snacks. We are going to understand why this setup and why in a park and sitting on this is like I've gone out. And by the way, these are Kenyan flag colors, just to say yes, I'm a Kenyan married to a Nigerian. Okay, so now we left when I had already narrated about my life story, my growing up a little bit, my profession, my working in my singlehood as a lady, living professionally, academically, riding in careers, everything holistically. The only part that was stagnant was my marital status was still single. So yeah, I relocated to UK, and how I met my husband when I was about 40. So now, after meeting him virtually online in a Christian group, we were talking virtually. Actually, we used to do video calls every day, and not less than 2 hours, if not more, every day. So within a quick span of like a week, it was like, hey, remember, because I'm going to pin down the previous video for you to watch the whole story. But remember, I had said that him on the first night, he said he wants to marry me. I'm the wife, and he didn't even call me a girlfriend. That's a chuckle there. A lady is feeling me. Yeah, you're meeting someone for the first time. They're not even giving you an opportunity, to feel lovey-dovey and to feel like, oh, I'm the girlfriend in the picture. He's already saying you're to be the wife. And I know, having lived for over 40 years and living long as a single lady, you've heard about this many times. So you're like, oh, maybe this is another story. And the man has already decided who is my husband. But me, I was like, no, until maybe we meet face to face. So this week was a week of prolonged talks during the day. Sometimes if I'm not working or he's not working, at evenings is when we used to have a long time. Oh, and then I said, I'm actually the one who proposed and say, hey, this guy seems to be so way ahead of me, has made up his mind. But by the end of 1 week, I'm still dragging my feet. I've not even talked about my family. By the end of 1 week, this guy, Victor, my husband now, had told me about, gosh, he's definitely about his family. He's the late wife, bless her soul, may she rest in peace. And so had told me about it, everything, like the cause of death, the 3 children, their ages, the mother, siblings, gosh, what he has in like net worth, what he does career-wise. Gosh, he had told me so much. Where he comes from, Nigeria, all the way to his village. I mean, to me, I think it was too much. Remember, to me, I'm just opening up like a snail, small doses. I'm like, gosh, this guy is too much. He's saying so much, and I'm still virtual. So to me, I was just releasing a little bit. I remember one of the days he asked me, are you serious in this relationship? Because he told me he has made up his mind. I said, yeah, I'm serious in this relationship. I'm just waiting for our relationship to grow. He said he's made up his mind. The relationship is already done. He's marrying me. So anyway, maybe that is the difference. And this one is to encourage someone who you might be in a relationship and you're doubting. Sometimes we might not be in the same pace. Maybe some of us, we get moving ahead before the other partner in that relationship. Because like me, I was dragging my feet. I mean, yes, I know I wanted a friend and I wanted maybe to get the relationship to grow into marriage, but I think the speed is what was scaring me. And then the way they say, hey, 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 Nigerians are sharp, sharp. You know, they hurry. Nigerians, they hurry you up even before you make your mind. And then, you know, all these noisy messages are coming through my ears, like when the deal is too good, think twice. Hey, you know, all these messages that play in your mind. And then you're a woman here, you've been holding your life and walking, holding your life, and then someone is coming. You don't want just to feel like you're messing your life within one day. Maybe I can take us back. So that first night, when we talked and for 4 hours and everything, the day that followed, I called my accountability girlfriend back in Kenya. I told her, hey, you told me to to join this online thing. It's driving me crazy. So many people are coming into my inbox. But one guy that I've met, Nigerian, gosh, he kept me on busy for 4 hours. He said, hiya, there you go. So we just joked around it and he said, oh, okay, just take your time. Let's pray. Let's keep each other updated. So she would update me about her date because them, they had not met face to face as well. Though me, it was newer. She was ahead of me by a month. Me, I was just meeting him. So we were like, okay, let's see how it goes. Anyway, back to our stories. So now, May, I just told him, hey, the way this relationship is going, okay, we need to meet face to face for us to see each other and then make a decision. He said, okay, I'll do it for you. Me, I've already made decision. I just want to put my face on you just to see who is this, but I've made up my mind. Fair enough. So in a week's time, we made a date. We managed to see a common day when he wasn't working and I wasn't working as well. And the weather, I remember that day wasn't very bad, was good. So we thought, okay, we have to meet somewhere. Now, having worked with youths and single people in my church and in my life, I remember one of the things that I used to tell them that it's important when you're meeting with a stranger and someone you've never met there before, it's always good to let at least a friend or someone know about it so that they can be able to be your accountability partner. You know, you date privately but not secretly. That is my tagline in life. When you are dating, it is okay for you to keep the relationship private. Like you don't have to go telling people, everybody, what you're talking about, what you're discussing, you know, but you need to have an accountability, at least person, someone that you are telling them, do not keep secretly, meet these people secretly. It needs to be private. Like, you know, there are these things that are told. A guy dates a lady and they walk five of them on a table and the guy is confused, doesn't even know who to treat, doesn't feel private. So it's important to be private because dating is for two people, isn't it? But it's also not good to be secretive, like you're hiding. You don't want even people to know the person. You don't want them to know where you are because you never know. Human beings are human beings. So now, karaoke, in all this maturity, I had to practice what I preach. You can't be preaching about water and you drink wine. So it's my chance now. I don't have accountability partner in UK. So my accountability partners in Kenya, I have a few friends. So I called two of my friends and I told them, actually, I was just calling my girlfriends randomly. The two who picked, I told them, hey, by the way, there's this guy that I've been talking. Definitely my friend who said we can try having friends online was the top one. And then I got another girlfriend as well. So I called her and I said, hey, there's this guy we've been talking for like a week. I am going to go to where a common area. Actually, it's London because both of us are living like an hour away or 2 hours maybe or so from London. So we decided, no, let's go to a central place. So I told my friends I am going to be meeting with him. And I told them his name. I told them his name is Victor Uchana. We are going to be meeting and we're going to meet in a park, in a public park. This is the scenario. So, and they said, oh, that is good. Just keep us informed. So I told them the time I was boarding my train. I told my two friends when I was arriving at Paddington train station, which is in London. And I told them the time the person we were to meet with. So just around that time, I remember, I think it was 1:30, 12:30, they both called me quickly and I said, yeah, the guy has called me and I'm going to meet with them. At that time, honestly, I think because of the open space, you know, it's a train station. There are so many people on the train station and the safety. I wasn't even panicking. No, I wasn't panicking, and it's daytime. So I just quickly text them and said, hey, he's called me, so I'll keep you updated after this. Anyway, so whichever corner he had told me he was, I told him I was just coming from the trains, and we both described how we were dressed. And as I was walking towards him, I just saw him at the corner that he had said and how he was dressed, and me as well. We just said, oh, my name is Carol. He said, my name is Victor. So yeah, we greeted, that the very like hands, we just greeted each other. And then with, we just, I think we did a friend's hug, just a tap on the shoulder, that's all. So, and then after that, we said, okay, I think I had carried my snacks. Then we went to a shop, we bought some snacks. Yeah, picnic snacks. So we took for both of us and then paid for it, and we went to the park. And some of these memories are important because even as we were walking, catching up and talking as if we've known each other. I think it was a build-up of the long conversations we were having during that week. We had talked about so much. Okay, actually from him. Me, I think I was still walking safely. I think feeling like a lady safely. I wasn't saying so much. Not that there was any secret, but you want to put your heart where it is safe. You don't want just to put your heart everywhere. And as I remember, a life skill, I used even to tell the young ones when I was working with the youth and to myself, I used to say, when you're dating, it's like data collection. It's rawness. You don't need to invest during your date. So you let your heart remain in a safe wardrobe, in a safe cupboard, in a safe place, even as you're walking, in case it goes bad. A date should not hurt you as if you were married. Okay, I'm not trying to minimize feelings. No, what I'm saying is don't invest so much even before it's time. So that is how I was feeling at that time. I'm okay. I'm meeting this guy. I feel my heart is at peace. We've been having very good vibes and feeling he's a good friend. But him, from the word go, he knew this was my wife and we are moving. And that is the part I was saying, yeah, this is too fast. So we went to the park, and this is one of the big parks in London. So we went, we sat with when we were going, interesting, the park is so huge. Yeah, Hyde Park for those ones in London. So it's so huge. I've been there, but I didn't go to the farthest. But because it was a season where many people have started coming out, as you know, abroad, we have seasons like winter. Many people don't come out, but when starting to shine a little bit, everybody wants to go out. It was such season. So the park was so packed. And this is a moment when I felt we needed our good time. So we were walking in the park and we are going further and further. Guess what? I'm a lady, isn't it? A lady needs to take care of themselves. I turned and looked at the entrance in case Victor decides to change in the park and start to chase me. I had to know my exit. So we went, and when we were going to where we were sitting, maybe when he's never known this, he might hear today when I'm recording, but we went straight in a way that if anything was to happen, I had to run straight back out of the park and go to my train station and go home. No, honestly, it's good to plan for an eventualities. And also that something that I can bring around here. I think for a lady, because we are the weaker sex and because we are less disadvantaged strength-wise, it's always good not to be really fearful, but to be strategic. That's how I can say it. So you don't need to do things, oh, you're competing with me. No, but remember you're the weaker. So to me, at that time, I'm like, okay, everybody's on this ground. I know my exit because anything can happen. We've even watched some people go for first dates and someone is forcing you to do something or that. You never know. But anyway, so we met. We met by around 12:30, as I said. So we sat on that park. We took our snacks. We started chatting. Actually, our chatting was more like carrying it around and going on. Either day, we stayed in that park for quite long. And we just took some photos. We had good time. We took our photos. We changed. I think we changed from where the sun, I think, was bright. Then we went under the trees that were there because it has so many trees, very nice canopies of trees. So we went under the trees, just kept on shifting the positions. We had good time. Let me tell you, by the end of the day, we had more than 6 hours meeting up to 8 p.m. So we were able to take random pictures, yes, but now the intention was we were posting both of us, we were taking each other photos, we had a good time, we took our snacks. To me, the memories were the vibes. Honestly, let me talk about the vibes, because the talking that we were talking was a build up. All that Victor had told me that day when he repeated, I felt to be at peace. When I was asking questions, I'm asking from this angle of I just want to know whether what he told me was true. And he repeated everything he had told me, even told me more, like sensitive, secretive areas, yet it's only a 1 week old relationship. So every time we were discussing, my heart was melting. My heart was feeling like, okay, this is a friend and he wants to move forward. So I was able to open up more. I was able to reassure him, but not only I told him to give me a few days to think about it, because now that is when I confirmed who he is. And we were talking. And remember, preparing for marriage spiritually was not for that day. That one I can say. Because I had prayed, I had told God what I want. I knew what I wanted. I knew my values. And at this point, I can say, when someone is not in love, that is the best time to pray and pray for what they want. Because when you're in love, your emotions are all over. You might be praying and praying for John or Peter or Mary or Jane if it's in case it's a man wanting to get married to a woman. But when you tell God in advance, for those ones who are Christians, tell God in advance what kind of a man you want, what kind of a woman you want. When he comes, you shall know, this is fake. This one does not match my values. They are not fake for everybody else. No, they are fake for you because you have your values. So I kept on that day, everything. Like me personally, one of the things that I struggle with and I cannot is lies. And truthfulness, I have no space in my heart because I don't see why an adult can cheat. So to me, because he was very honest, even with things that at times you are not even asking, he volunteers information. I was very happy. And at times we were laughing from the word go. Kenyan English and Nigerian English, there are times different. So I would say one thing, he's saying one thing. At times you're like, oh, what did you say? Oh, that is what it means. So we had even fun. By the end of the day, we agreed. We said, okay, let's narrow down. We are in it together. Let's see how God wants to take us. And we started our discussion from that day. And I remember when we were walking out on our way home, we took a few photos. On our way home at around 8 p.m., because it was still daylight, remember, some seasons here, they are well lit even up to 9:39 or so. Towards spring, it starts from spring all the way to summer. Those seasons, they are very well lighted. During the day, up to 9 p.m., you can have light. So at 8 p.m., it was well lit. Everybody was still in the park with their dogs and children. So anyway, because we had a journey to make, we just walked down, we talked about it, we stood, we asked ourselves, how do we feel? We were both happy. And he was already now telling me he wants to tell his family. I'm like, why can't we wait a little bit? He said, no, you're the one who has been holding me. At that time, I've not even told anyone. It's only my friends, my two friends who knew about it. So what am I saying? Values can take you to where you want to be. It is not because of how you meet or how you don't. And because of that, you might find even people from the same village. They go to the same school or from the same town. They go to the same school, they go to the same high school, same uni, and maybe they even become friends. And when they decide to date, it doesn't work out. To me, there are people, even strangers. You feel someone has even gone to someone who is not even their tribe mate or country mate, and their marriages function. So to me, I think what I can say, it is the values, what you inculcate, what you ask God. It doesn't matter whether it's your door neighbor, next door neighbor, who is even from your same tribe, same village or what, or it's someone who you meet overseas and wherever you meet, and you can be able just, as long as when you say you are dating, put all the steps and the values of dating. Whether it is someone who is known to you for 5 years, whether it is your neighbor, whether someone has been proposed to you by a friend, whether you meet someone virtually like I did. I think what is important is during dating is data collection. Collect the data. Keep it with you. Is this what you want? Do you want that kind of a person? For example, people who are Christians, do you want to marry someone who is not a Christian? whichever faith you belong. Do you want to marry? Because I remember I met a Hindu who was telling me them they can't even date from, I think, outside their caste. It's called caste. Yeah, that they can't. There are even Muslims as well. Muslims, they marry within their Muslim faith. Christians as well. So to me, it's like whatever values you put, that is what is important. So this is the journey of the first day that we met face to face. And yeah, I found Victor to be awesome. I found Victor to be truthful. I found Victor to be someone I can invest my friendship and take it to another level. But I think because of the speed, I wanted now from that moment, I told him, give me a few days so that, you know, that day I had so much. You feel like your head is full. So I didn't want to say yes, not because it was a no, but it's because I felt I wanted now to calm down. By him, he said nothing has changed. Even from that meeting, he just said it can only make he's solidifying his decision. We are going to get married and everything. And yeah, we continued. And after that, more to come. We want to thank you so much for this chance that you've given unto us. I hope this video encourages someone. Those ones who are waiting, keep on waiting. Those ones who have already found people, don't doubt your heart. Have values. Keep on moving. Ask yourself, is this what I want? If it is, jump onto it. And by the way, there's no marriage that can be married because you're prolonging dating. No matter how long you date or how short you date intentionally and ask yourself, what do you want? I think that is my lesson. So we are going to be working with you very soon to other perspectives of our relationship. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. Click buttons there of liking, commenting, and turn on your notifications. And this was meant to be my pack for that day. Just good memories, how we went. We had other snacks, definitely. And this was meant to be for Victor at that time when we met as date. Now he's my husband, and we met in a serene place like this in a park. So I think this is fresh memories to me and to him when we do it. Thank you very much. May God bless you. Catch you later. Thank you.